In Oregon's capital city, it's a Friday night and time for some United States Basketball League hoops. As one of the new kids on the block, Spokane's Lilac City Legends visit the Salem Capitals. Welcome into the Jackson's Body Shop broadcast booth. Championship-winning head coach Tim McCrory along with Ryan Goff, and you got a chance for some USBL hoops, Tim. Opportunity to see this team of Salem Capitals get another win on their home floor. They've been so good this year in this building.
Yeah, just focusing on, number one, getting off to a strong start. Coming out in the last contest, maybe a slower start than they wanted to, but focusing on getting out to a strong start. And that strong start primarily depends on swinging the basketball from side to side.
Let's go down to the national anthem at the Salem Armory.
Bright stars through the perilous flight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Let's see the starting lineups really quick. Starting lineups for these two teams, as you have the opportunity to see Lilac City come in with an 0-8 record. Markeith Brown Jr., Stephen Burgess Jr., Nikhil Nelson, Adam Heald, and Taryn Hamilton. And for the Capitals, Zay Gentry, Carlos Angel Jr., Devontae Cleveland, and Brett Hollins to go with Cam Benzel. The big man is back, Tim, and he went for a double-double last game out.
Always reliable. When you have an interior presence that can really dominate the glass, it gives you a chance in every contest.
Keys to this game, start strong. Salem started behind 29-19 in that first game against Vancouver, but there should be some opportunities for the Salem offense to attack the weak side.
Yeah, when I hear attack the weak side, what I immediately think of is passing. Like, how many assists can we get the ball rotating and creating extra opportunities for everyone on the court?
Most of all, though, collect some teddy bears. It's teddy bear toss night inside this building. Noble the Oxen Company will be looking for some new stuffed animals donated to children served by the Liberty House Child Advocacy Center. There's your impact player for Lilac City. It's Markeith Brown Jr., averaging 30 points per game.
Wow, you understand, you just want, especially as a defender, you just want to make sure all shots are difficult when someone has the capabilities of scoring.
And he's the one. There's Cam Benzel, the impact player for Salem. 40% shooting, and he hit a big three, scored 8 right out of the second half gates to spark Salem to win over Vancouver.
Yeah, looking at that 10 rebounds, a great interior presence for Salem.
Salem in the lights, and Spokane's Lilac City wearing dark blue. Opening tip is won and controlled by the Capitals. Angel Jr. back in the starting lineup. They changed things just a little bit. One thing that's constant in Benzel to the rim.
Yeah, great start. We talked about getting off to a strong start. Just excellent job getting off to a strong start there.
Executing. I talked to some folks around this Capitals team. It's a nice feed ahead, tough shot. The bucket in for Nelson. They said that this is an 0-8 team from Spokane, but they are by no means a team that's not been in position to win games. They're capable of winning games. They just happen to not have won a game yet.
Yeah, actually, when you hear 0-10, that, those keys we talked about getting off to a strong start, you want to try not to let, confidence and they get their first win today if you're Salem.
V8 misses that second opportunity for the Capitals. Lilac City. They have Brown Jr., as we mentioned, 30 points per game. It's Nelson trying to attack the rim again, popped out free by Hollins and forced it out of bounds.
It's Capitals ball.
Hamilton averaging about 27 per game as well, and he's good for about 13 rebounds. So that's the other threat that you see on this Legends team. USBL giving Salem an opportunity this year to play some fresh faces. Angel Jr. for three.
Point basket, Carlos Angel Jr.
Solid season last year. He was 49% from three.
They say shooting is the separator, and he's one of those players that can really be the difference for Salem.
Plays defense too, popped it free from Brown Jr. Minute and a half gone in the opening period. This is a fun venue, starting to fill up with fans. They've been giving away thunder sticks in the early portion of those crossing the turnstiles. Lob it left side, off balance. It was cleanly caught. Well, that was a tough shot, and it's off the mark from Heald. Back-to-back looks for Salem potentially. Cleveland goes right and scores.
8, Cleveland for 2.
7-2 early for Salem. Floater from the elbow back rim. Los can't out-sky Cam for that rebound.
You have Benzel averaging 10 rebounds. He said, I want all of those.
Lock those up. Hollins, a new Capitals player, just short on the three. Couple minutes gone. Salem with a 7-2 margin. Use that screen down to the baseline. Pull up. Spokane's missed about 4 in a row, make it 5 front rim. Hamilton can't get his first one to drop. Roll the ball forward. Legends got back, bounce pass. V8's got all day long. Swoops out. Some early misses so far for Salem. Nelson tiptoeing that line off of Zay. Got the bright orange sneakers, probably the most colorful in the hot side of the color scheme. You got some cool looks with some green out there. What do you got for Zay in the orange?
Those are the orange Kobe's. Kobe Bryant. We've been seeing a lot of Kobe's lately.
You and I were at this high school state tournament, saw a bunch there too.
Absolutely. It has to be one of the #1 worn shoes.
Steal by Salem. 3 minutes gone in the opening quarter, just underway. Cam, head fake. Got Nelson to sky high, gets the rim, missed the lay-in. Both teams shooting a little poorly after that hot streak right off the rip. 3 ball. Skids off, no good. Try for Burgess Jr. Trying to get the geography of these teams, some new faces or some that might avoid the box score early in the season. Angel Jr. pass high over the top. Missed everything. Three look. That one's Nelson. Just short. Spokane's missed about 8 shots straight after scoring to make it 2-2 early. And Cleveland finally gets Salem off the schneid. Another returning team. Member for the Salem Capitals squad. 5th game played for Heald on the Lilac City side. Averaged about 15 per game. Brown Jr., there's an impactful shot. And Spokane ends the drought.
I feel like that was a much needed bucket. Spokane is getting some early good looks, but none had fallen down.
Right side there, Zay.
Gentry for 2.
Kind of led this team throughout the course. That Vancouver win, Gentry went for 26 points on 8 of 13 shooting. Brown Jr. and answers drained.
3-point basket, Marquise Brown Jr.
Gentry, though, was over there with 8 rebounds, 6 assists in that game against Vancouver last week.
It's just being a complete player, like whatever the team needs, step up and give it to them.
V8 making the most out of the starting spot, but missed that one strong. Lilac City spinning in transition. There's the first foul of the game. Burgess Jr. attacking will head to the line. Officials, Asani Belt, Dante Lewis, and Taylor Schneider. There's a timeout on the floor, 6:42 to play in the first. It's Teddy Bear Toss Night in Salem as the Cherry Blossoms, Salem Capitals dancers, take the floor 11-7. The home team in the lead.
Before the timeout, that foul was charged to number 14, Cam Benzo, his first personal.
USBL West Coast standings. Seattle off to a hot start. Superhawks undefeated so far. Vancouver at 5-3. I used to get incomplete sometimes when I was in school. Salem's actually 4-2, but the USBL website hasn't updated that yet, so that's what you'll see on the official site. But you have Salem, one of those 5 teams up top with at least 4 wins.
Yeah, early filling out process, early in the season, they right there in the mix. You know, just look for them to, similar to Seattle off that 7-0 start, you know, just having one of those runs throughout the course of the year.
USBL originally a professional basketball league that was designed to basically be this professional spring and summer league and provide opportunities across America for talent that could be elite. And you saw players through the 80s, 90s, 2000s, Muggsy Bogues, Manute Bull, Spud Webb, produced in the USBL, got to the NBA.
Yeah, and everything in basketball is an opportunity, and it's an opportunity to develop and grow, and that's the cool thing about being associated with the league. You just never know where players will end up.
11-9 after those free throws. Quick stretch of good play from Lilac City after a slow start for the visitors. Benzel in the post, bounce pass, and that one's popped free from Caleb Hughley, one of the fresh faces for the Capitals too, and the officials say it's off Hughley's feet. Tyreek Price, along with Hughley, runs back wearing the headbands on the floor out of the timeout. It's Price's 28th birthday.
Wow. Happy birthday, and you know, all family members watching as well.
Jalen Skalski in the game has it out on top for Lilac City. Another hand foul, this time on Hughley. Got a couple of fouls. Oh, they might have called, yeah, V8. That's his first. 6:06 to play in the opening period, 11-9. Salem's yet to trail. Now you have Price, only 11 minutes in the game against Vancouver, in early in this contest, and he can get on a warm streak. Start shooting. It's 5 early for Brown Jr., leading the way for Lilac City. 3 pulled up off the mark by Burgess Jr., and V8 tracks down the rebound. Look at Cam running the floor. Give it to the big man. Did you see that gear that Cam hit?
Battle for the rebound, first down on the floor is just those plays can be the difference.
Downshifted by Cam, baseline off the mark, Brown Jr. Benzel, good start. So has been the case for Cleveland. He's kind of been the motor right now. Out to Gentry for 3. Got it.
Point basket, Gentry.
Cam has 4, Gentry has 5, and Salem's back up by a game most 7 points. 5 minutes to go in the first. Gentry, great defense, denies the entry pass. Brown Jr. shoots it, flanks the rim. Benzel with his 99th rebound of the first quarter. He's all over him so far. Here's Price for three. Another!
For three.
Timeout by Salem.
Timeout on the court.
There's Tyreek Price. Always good to hit that first one.
And Cam got everything started by just sprinting the floor, 2 straight possessions, and ended up with on an 8-0 run there.
Look at, we got left shark, right shark maybe from Jazz and Austin, our on-court MCs. There's a timeout with 4:43 to go in the first on Pajama Night in the Armory. Caps up by 10.
So we have even more electric car options at our Salem showroom.
Salem? I didn't know you had a Salem showroom.
Did you not know about the tunnel?
No. No, I did not.
Hashtag community culture is in full effect. Teddy Bear Toss Night. This place is going to get littered with some new stuffed animals for Liberty House. It's going to be a fun time at halftime. Right now, though, Tim, it's been fun because it's an 8-0 run. As you can see, some of the animals getting set to toss out inside the Armory. They have a bag of them ready to go, Tim.
Just ready to toss them on the floor whenever you say ready.
8-0 run right now for the Caps.
Yeah, 8-0 run. The key thing there is like the assist total went up from 1 assist to 4 assists within that 2-minute stretch, and really, kind of was a separator in the game.
Joey Potts in, and he gets a block, knocking down the effort by Skalski. Capitals with the game most 10-point lead. Hughley up and under, almost made it 12. On the floor. Burgess Jr. tried to deflect it off the backboard. Skalski aired up, couldn't complete the dunk. Now Brown Jr. attacks, and another foul. Caps have all 3 of the fouls so far. So we're at just 4 minutes to play in the first.
Yeah, this feel like, especially with Salem going on a run, it seems like that was a very important, possession for Spokane.
Look at that, Austin. I have to tell Austin, he might have borrowed that from my kid.
The Shark, is that a onesie?
Yeah. And you know what? It's got no feet, so you can wear your sneakers. You're a sneakerhead. You can wear those out there.
You definitely have to have a lot of confidence to have that on for sure.
He got down on the lower left block. Hughley's wearing something pink.
Oh, that's elite. Maybe I can grab one on the way out.
Free throws making an 8-point lead for Salem. Cleveland, good minutes so far. Like I said, he's kind of been the engine right now. 4 points, 2 of 5 shooting. And has 4 of those assists, all 4 so far for Salem. RJ Valise in for the first time, out to Hughley. Baseline attack, blocked to 2 on the shot clock, and a foul. That's the first on Potts. Potts had a big dunk in that first game against Vancouver that I had a chance to be on the mic for. This is the 4th home game already in the Salem Capitals schedule.
And the crowd is just, you can just feel the energy. Every time you're in here, you feel the energy. Everyone's so engaged. Good possession here, especially playing off 2 feet. Just wasn't fortunate enough to get the basket.
Hamilton's the one who got that block. Capitals have a couple weeks off. We'll be back on the 17th of April to take on Bakersfield. Whistle on the far side with 9 to shoot on this trip for Lilac City, trailing by 8. 5 points so far from Brown Jr., the leading scorer. All away from him, and said Hamilton drops it down. Burgess Jr. right in front of the cup, can't get it to go.
Excellent pass there, just came up a little short on the finish.
Been a pretty clean game, all things considered. Just 3 combined turnovers out into that last timeout, and they've been all Lilac Cities. Price hit a 3 right before the timeout. 28 years old, down to Potts, right baseline. Salem shooting 8 of 18. Block it, Potts. What a snag by Bill. He got Damo, though, right behind there in the trench coat. Loving that one. Potts put it right into Bill Conrad, the pink right behind the stanchion. There's Damo, though. He's got the bathrobe on today, too.
And Damo always bringing great energy.
3 by Skalski. Does not go. Legends just 1 make from distance so far. That's TJ Doman. So you look at a lot of fresh faces on the floor right now. It's just Price, the only returner with the 4 freshies. Nice switch hand tie to the rim, battling. Spokane has not been called for a foul yet.
Just, good contest, clean. I look for Taryn Hamilton to get going here, for Spokane.
That 3 off the mark by Kwame Bates. Another foul in there. Yeah, you talk about Hamilton. He came in averaging 26 per game so far.
26 and also 12 rebounds. He's a player they're going to look for, moving forward in this contest.
3 ball off the mark out of that corner. Scramble for the rebound, and there's the foul. Ooh, Doman kind of got a little extra contact to the face just on the second action there.
Yes. See if these are some free throws that can get Taryn Hamilton going.
What does Noble wear? Does he have a flexing Sasquatch on his arm? About the cowbells too, or should I say oxbells?
Yeah, even if you look, deeper into the shirt, the sunset.
I don't know if I can handle looking deeper into that shirt, Tim. Noble pulling off the look, standing behind the scorer's table. Capitals 2 minutes ago in the first attack, the right side hoop. There's RJ. Belize, good addition. 19 points against Vancouver. He was the Caps' 3rd leading scorer. Skalski squares up Doman. Stripped him on the way up, blocked him on the way up. Only 7 left. Legends, there's Hamilton, and he gets one. Flanked hard off the square, cuts the deficit to 6. Belize, open look. Hughley, hit it. As the Caps reserves on their feet, there's a 3 on the other end. Did they call Price on that foul? Birthday boy has 1.
Salem number 1, Ty Price, his first personal. Shooting at the line, number 3, Marquis
Brown Jr. Spokane's hit a couple of free throws so far. There's a lot of community college guys on this roster. Brown Jr., though not one of them played at Montana Tech, as Hughley, the big 3 for the Capitals. But good pipeline from Spokane, CC, North Idaho, Southern Idaho College.
Yeah, Southern Idaho, even Northern Idaho, there are community colleges that always compete, nationally in some of the best, competition around the country.
Isaiah Lockett checking in out of Knox. 3rd foul shot on that 3-shot foul doesn't go. Salem 24, Lilac City 16. Final minute opening period on a Friday night. And Salem lob it. Potts caught it, establishes and throws it down.
Yeah, Belize is really making great reads on the ball screen. That's 2 points on the reject and then 2 assists.
Hamilton, front rim. There's Belize again. Lobs it, that's an alley. And the Potts back-to-back plays. Largest deficit for Lilac City. Skalski stripped. Price tapped it away. 3-on-2. The Lees stop ball, no one does. And there's a technical foul trailing the play. Appeared maybe Potts and Skalski were kind of leaning into each other on the way up the floor.
Oh, that's tough. I mean, this is see what the results of this is, but that's a tough position for Salem. They had an advantage in transition.
Nick Cortese, first year as the Salem Capitals head coach, second home game, third game overall, part of the Lake Oswego high school staff in Southwest Portland. Went to Oregon State and just talks about how basketball has just been a part of his life, his whole life. You're a former coach, won a conference championship at Lewis and Clark in Portland, kind of that Southwest Portland neighborhood, Northwest Conference Tournament Championship. How does one kind of make that transition into coaching? What was the story for you?
You know, I feel like I just ended up coaching. It was never about coaching for me. It was about, you know, using basketball as a vehicle to help, you know, athletes get to the next phase in their life. So I think I love basketball, and I think it just fit, you know, what my mission in life is.
Nick Cortese is also part of that Portland Trailblazers youth development program. Earlier today, the Portland Fire made their selections in the expansion draft of the WNBA.
I was fascinated by the draft today. We ended up with Carlton from the Minnesota Lynx. Like, it's nice to snatch a starter for our up-and-coming team in Portland, so it'll be great to see, you know, how competitive they can be in their first season.
We saw the back-to-back dunks from Potts. New addition to this team. Like I said, there's a good amount of fresh faces. Jason Conrad starting to dance, able to interact with the crowd. He's a 7-footer wearing jersey number 9 and having a great time. He's not only the Salem Capitals market owner, but he's just been an integral part of this rebrand, recommitment, probably the better way, as they revive the USBL trademark.
It's so important in the Salem community, you know, just to have, you know, this continuing to go on, and, you know, activities, and, you know, it can inspire youth to, you know, pursue their dreams in basketball.
See some of the local sports scene with those Seahawks and Oregon State hoodies wearing the Capitals gear. There's some good looking 1525.co merch. Conrad's merchandise brands. Yeah, use those Thunder sticks. It's nothing better than March Madness trickling into the early part of April.
It's the best time of the year. Was able to watch South Carolina beat UConn earlier today. It's just anything can happen at any moment in March Madness.
Waiting to find out the ruling. There was a technical foul issued. The officials, part of our delay, is getting everything sorted with the scores table. Just 10 seconds left in the first quarter. Not gonna lie, if I had a referee number, I like that guy wearing 124, going 3 digits. You don't get to do that when you're playing hoops, so you might as well do it when you're officiating.
I know. What would be your 3-digit number?
Still feel like I'd have to keep it. No, you know what? I like 626. I think that was, remember Lilo and Stitch?
Okay. Okay, I'm with it.
I want to say that was Project 626. Might have been 226. Either way, it's somewhere in there. How about you? First free throws are going to be Lilac City's. You got a number?
I think I would go with 527.
Okay. I like that. Hey, combined, we'd be over $1,000. So it looks like Potts might have been the one that issued the technical. Free throw is good. Bates, that player that I mentioned from Southern Idaho, averaging 13 per game. But the scoring has been hard to come by for Lilac City in this opening period. Salem built a 7-point lead fairly rapidly. It got dwindled down to 11-9. And then Salem went on an 8-0 run about 5 minutes ago in the period. Yeah, just the one free throw given to Lilac City. Coaches on the Spokane side of things. That's Stanley Abia. Now the officials getting back together for some more discussion. Stan was the coach of the East Coast originally. Ended up going to San Jose State as a preferred walk-on under Coach Stan Morrison there, and then eventually transferred out to Hawaii Hilo. Earned a master's degree at Eastern Washington. Has kind of gone on to a successful career in analytics. Back coaching. Brian Bohannon, our public address announcer. That is a high-quality mustache that Brian's got tonight.
Yeah, he spent a lot of time perfecting it. You can show it off to the world.
The amount of fans in this building, a unique environment in all of professional basketball, especially in this league, because you get a full-blown arena. It's really an awesome opportunity for Salem athletes because you don't get this kind of environment many other stops. So you have the inbounds for Spokane. So Lilac City did get the basketball after that technical. Final 10 seconds. It's about a 5-6 minute delay, if not more. Kick it out. 3. No good for Bates. Potts has the rebound. Heave at the buzzer. And it trickles wide. Salem had a 12-point lead. Ends the opening quarter. Up 11. But you have Markeith Brown Jr., impact player for this Spokane-based Lilac City Legends team. Absolutely outstanding. We saw some of the flashes of what we'll see during the first quarter.
Yeah, especially being able to just set the tone for their team offensively. Just doing a really good job facilitating and creating opportunities out there for Spokane.
Game against Vancouver early in the year. Find some rebounds. Shoot from the corners as well. That's one thing that hasn't worked well for Lilac City is finding some 3 balls, but the penetration for Brown Jr., you can see that flash of speed.
Absolutely. Early offense, and he's one of the folks that sets the tone for them, just getting out early and trying to find scoring opportunities.
29.7 per game, 48% from the floor. He cashed in about 33% from three-point range. The impact player for the Lilac City Legends seeking their first win of the season against the Salem Capitals. This Vancouver game, they narrowly lost it, looking for their first win on USBL TV. It's teddy bear toss. Doesn't matter, doesn't have to be a teddy, it can be a variety of things. Those animals going to be flung from the Ox Box to the floor during halftime, all benefiting Liberty House. Excellence in assessment, treatment, prevention of child abuse, neglect, trauma, and more. They do an absolutely outstanding job, and another great effort between them and the Capitals. First possession for Lilac City, a turnover. Salem got all 9 of its points from the final 5 minutes off the bench. And included Potts with 4. This is Price, though. Might have been able to draw a foul. It's just his third shot of the game. Hamilton got going a little bit with a couple of buckets, but he's off the floor right now. Instead, Skalski, who shoots the jumper, no good. Lee's on the weak side, gets Brown Jr. out of the way. Nelson out there to start the second half in the dark blue for Lilac City, along with Bates and Lockett. The Lees switching gears, driving. Just shallow. Lilac City struggled, Tim, just 4 of 23 from the floor in the first quarter.
Yeah, when you look at that one made three-point shot versus Salem with 4 made three-point shots, that can be the difference.
Big difference. Legends do get one back on that 3 from Skalski. Doman. And Veliz on the right side. Pot sets a high screen for Price away from the ball. Hughley makes 5. What a spin! And Doman had it knocked loose. He's fouled. And that's the first foul, I believe, against Spokane in this entire game.
Wow. Just playing an open court game, being able to contest without fouling there. You see, if they can kind of, get back to their defensive habits moving forward.
TJ Doman to the foul line. Yeah, you look at Liberty House Child Advocacy Center, only place providing special assessment services in a safe, comfortable, child-friendly environment. And big shout out to Mountain Coast Electric for co-oping this event as well. Free throw, Salem up by 9, 29-20. Brown Jr., what balance. Front rim. Hughley, coast to coast. Missed it. Potts gets the rebound. Sidestep 3. Tyreek Price, no good. Hughley picks up Skalski. Wants another one. That one's good. So you're right, just the 1-3 in the opening quarter, but now Skalski hits back-to-back tries.
Yeah, if you're, Spokane, you're feeling good starting this this quarter. You have 2 made three-point shots early in the quarter.
Price by himself. Back rim, no good. Potts with the rebound. He has 6.
Joey Potts for 2.
Played at Oregon Tech and Oregon State. Foul called on Price. Skalski trying to run through.
Foul charge to Salem, number 1.
Used to work down in Klamath Falls. Ran a radio station called 960 The Sports Legend. Loved that name, and I can't help but think about it when I was prepping for this game because Lilac City's mascot is the Legends. And that's where Oregon Tech's based out of, the legendary Danny Miles Court down there in Southern Oregon.
I've always heard great things about Klamath Falls, but I've been in Oregon for a while now. I haven't made it down there myself.
Skalski, that 3. You got to get down there, but you do have to make the effort to get down there because it's not really on the way to anything unless you try and Crater Lake. Nice recovery. Gave Nelson a chance at a shot. I'd love to see the shot chart for Lilac City. Feels like they're missing a lot of stuff right up close. Jay Gentry and the starters back in the game. Angel Jr. and Hollins. Now Jack Boydell, he makes his debut this season, and he's fouled on the right baseline. Active for the first time. Sharpshooter out of Northwest Conference's Willamette, right here in Salem.
Yeah, good to see Boydell being aggressive early. His shooting can really help Salem if he's able to knock down a few.
It's a legendary court there named after Gordy James. There's a lot of good venues in the Northwest Conference. I still liked going out to the Field House in Spokane.
Yeah, it's, in Spokane, it's so much winning, and that place is always electric. So I think it's definitely one of the, best, if not the best, place to play in the Northwest Conference.
Although they got in Willamette now, the Capital City Classic has become one of the top 3 high school basketball tournaments, not top 2, behind maybe the Les Schwab and the Holiday Classic for the girls' side of things in Portland. See a lot of good basketball at the high school level there. 10-point lead for Salem. 3 no good. Put back by Skalski. That one swoops out. Hamilton tip pass. And a deflection. Hamilton trying to clean it up. Finally a foul. Rebounding, Tim, 16 for Capitals through one quarter, 19 for the Legends. They added about 3 more on that possession.
Yeah, it's you look at Tyron Hamilton averaging 13 rebounds per game. The averages always work itself out. I think he's a person to look at, especially to get himself going on the glass.
Free throw good. Lilac City mentioned winless so far as Dom kind of holding court over there at the wall right in front of Section C inside the Armory. They've had some close defeats, single-digit losses to San Diego and Bakersfield. So they've been in the games. Again, the storyline certainly isn't they're a winless team because they're not going to win a game. They're a winless team because they just happen to not have won a game yet. 4 minutes gone in the second. Boydell for 3.
Point basket, Jack.
There's some releases that you know it's going in as soon as it's released. That was one of them.
Yeah, you love to see Boydell. As soon as he got into the game, he was aggressive, got to the foul line. Really good shooter.
Six to shoot, Lilac City. Keep it in, doesn't know. Has to heave something up, hit the rim. Goes back to Salem with a 36-25 lead. Bo Rinker on the sideline, one of the assistant coaches. Helps with the Oregon State programs as well. Talked about Brown Jr. being a multi-dimensional scorer. After that, though, you got to kind of figure out who else Lilac City can get production from. Capitals only can get production from Zay as he challenges left and draws a foul. I love his build.
Foul charge to Lilac City, number 5, Stephen Burgess Jr. He's first person.
He's a guy who works well on the perimeter, but the upper body is just so strong.
Yeah, watching his progression, being able to, have multi-levels to his game.
20.4 points per game last year, averaging 24 so far. Of course, no Preston Whitfield, did a lot of the scoring, but Gentry got to the line on this play.
Yeah, nice screen, just, being able to, come off 2 feet and, get to the foul line.
Jordan Lind is in the game as well, down on the lower right block between 2 Legends players. Lind was inactive last week. He was a guy whose game last year kind of went up and to the right. As the season progressed, so did he.
And being able to come in and just provide whatever the team needed him to, to accomplish.
Hollins Angel Jr. Boydell is the lob to Skalski over there. Lind and Gentry make the 5 on the floor for the Caps in the light unis. They had just had the game high lead again at 12. That alley-oop narrowed it to 10, and now a steal taken away. Burgess Jr. twisting, falls to the ground. Lind sees Gentry all the way back the other way.
Zay Gentry for 2.
Look up floor, somebody's open. Couple of tries, that's off the mark. Bates can't close it through, and there's a foul at the very end of that sequence.
Tyron Hamilton really starting to get himself going by rebounding, getting to the foul line. You can see why he's such an impactful player.
Cam Benzel set to check back in. A 27-point, 13-rebound performance in his last game with the Vancouver Bears. There's a timeout, 6:28 to go in the second. Salem 39, Lilac City 27. Cam Benzel, our impact player for the Caps. And first, that feed to Gentry. Brings it down quickly to the hoop. See Benzel through the traffic on the bench. Has been consistent for this team, averaging a double-double yet again. Like I said, 27 points. He shot 65% from the floor a year ago.
And you can see why. I mean, you look at the rebounding numbers.
You can see why?
you can just see like the rebounding numbers, sprinting the floor, providing energy. I mean, teammates do a really good job also finding, just looking for him on the rolls, and, he's athletic enough to go up and finish.
Smart enough to let guys go by as well. Let him know.
Yeah, just really strong. Once he off 2 feet, just really strong finishing and playing off of his teammates.
Western Oregon guy. Nice little hop jump there too to get that one to drop.
Yeah, then being able to extend his range out to 3. The better he is, the better the team is.
This Capitals team has been sharing the ball in this game as well. 7 assists on 15 made field goals. With these highlights emphasizing how much this Capitals team can pass the ball. Cam Benzel, our impact player for Salem. .6:28 to go in the second quarter. 39-29, Salem out in front. Former Umpqua CC guy down in Southern Oregon. From Yoncalla. Played for Oakland High School. Oakland is the Okers. And they have one of the most interesting logos in all of high school sports. That's a homework assignment for y'all. You can take a look at that one.
And good to see the NWAC Community College Conference in the Pacific Northwest, producing a, ton of talent, that's able to go on and play in college and professionally.
I was watching a lot of junior college basketball over the weekend, or over the week, because Eastern Arizona's women's team was in the championship as Los gets all the way to the rim. Eastern Arizona won the national championship on the women's side, Division I junior college, featuring a former 5A player of the year out of Springfield High School, Denasia Romero Assam, and was a player of the game, I believe, in Eastern Arizona's quarterfinals win of that one.
It's so fun, like watching so many players this March from Oregon impact winning all across the country.
Ball stays with Salem. Head fake. Jumper. Good for Gentry. Yeah, part of the reason I brought up Spokane in that field house is because that's where this squad is from, Lilac City. The Legends playing against Salem in Oregon's state capital for the first time. Lockett off the mark. Three the other way. Gentry puts it through. The lead grows for Salem at the 5.5-minute mark of the second.
That's the one thing about a great score, getting to the foul line. All they need is one to go in, and it really can spark a run.
Skalski, right baseline. Fadeaway doesn't go. Brown Jr.'s been off the floor for a bit, but there's Hamilton with the cleanup, just off to the left. 17-point lead. Steal. Lilac City and Los makes contact.
I think that'll be key for Spokane to get back into this contest, just getting deflections, getting rebounds, and looking for early offense.
Salem #3, Carlos Angel Jr., his second
We always talk about unique mascots in college athletics. A lot of people know Santa Cruz the Santa Cruz Banana Slugs. You have the team out of Olympia, Washington, Evergreen State College Gooey Ducks. How about the Eastern Arizona Gila Monsters? Venomous beaded lizard, native to southwestern U.S. and Mexico.
I've never heard of the Gila Monsters.
Gila Monsters.
I'm going to look that up. I need to see what that looks like. I need a visual.
We'll have to figure out, is a Gila Monster scarier looking than what Noble the Ox is wearing in this building. We showed you earlier his like tie-dye pullover shirt. It's behind the scorer's table right now. The mascot for the Salem Capitals had some sort of Sasquatch kind of in a flex pose. It's 46-30, 26-point lead, or 16-point lead, beg your pardon, for the Capitals. How about a lead of 19 on Gentry heating up? Skalski trying to square up Benzel. Nothing there. There's Brown Jr. back in the game. He slides right. No good. Benzel, crisp pass. Gentry, pull up. 20 plus.
Gentry.
4 minutes to go until half, and the Caps are pulling away. Cleveland's pesky defense and a foul late in that exchange.
Foul charge to Salem. Number 8, Devontae Cleveland.
Fifth foul charge to Salem in the quarter.
Shooting at the line, Kwame Bates.
Free throw is good.
Much needed 3 points for Spokane. That could lead to stopping the run here.
Cleveland, high screen from Hollins, kick it left, Gentry, another one.
Gentry for 3.
Look at the smile for the first-year McNary girls basketball head coach.
It's pretty awesome to watch his smile and also his teammates celebrate his success.
3 right side, flat and short. Gentry has the rebounds. Missed by Bates.
Benzel for 2.
Defense starts to play out. Throw it in. Benzel scores. Brown Jr. off the mark, and Gentry gets one on the other side. It's not, but it kind of feels like a little 5-on-1 right now for Zay. And it's an offensive foul, though, called against Gentry.
You kind of felt like Zay was going to put that one up as well.
Good sequence. He's had a big year and a tough year, too. He talked about losing his mom the same year that he had a baby, moved into a new house, and, of course, starts the coaching gig at the high school level. And he's propelled the Capitals to a 57-33 lead late in the opening half. United States Basketball League Hoops on USBL TV.
So, what do you think?
Nice. Any other options?
Our Portland showroom will have something you'll love.
Portland? I don't think I really have time. I have tunnel hair, don't I?
No, not at all.
Zay Gentry has 11 points over the last 3 minutes and 30 seconds, and he has propelled the Capitals to a 57-33 lead. It's kind of the Zay Gentry show right now for Salem.
Really got it going, but most importantly, his teammates just kept looking for him, kept finding him, and just celebrating his success, and that's pushed them, currently to a 24-point lead.
We talked keys to the game. Start strong. Certainly have done that, but the passing is standing out for Salem. 11 passes have led to 21 made field goals in the assist game.
Yeah, we talked about it early. There was 1 assist early, and now they're potentially going into the half with 11 plus assists since that point.
Yeah, a lot of that damage, to your point, Tim. It was 4:40 to go. They had just 4 early in the game, had just the 1, but it's just kind of been downhill, a little head of steam right now for Salem.
Yeah, you can connect those assists, with the run here offensively.
Cleveland's been a big reason for that. He has 4 of the 11 assists for Salem. A lot of cool pajamas in the house on pajama night. Salem Capitals Dancer did a collab with their friends over at Pacific Beach Tan, or Palm Beach Tan, beg your pardon, to help some fans get to the game. It's been a lot of fun. Of course, Mountain Coast Electric helping with the teddy bear toss. We'll see at halftime. Stop by Salem, chance to extend this game big lead of 24. Zay leaning back, couldn't get that one to drop.
When you're shooting it like Zay, you always have to test it. How hot, am I?
Heat check, what's the boundary? Other side aired by Burgess Jr. You talked about Hamilton having a slow start. Burgess Jr. is 0 for 7 from the floor.
Definitely need, going into halftime, coming out in the second half, that's a player you can look for, to see if he can get things going.
He comes out of the game. Officials allow Adam Heel to get back in. 13 points off the bench for Spokane, 13 of their 33 in this game. Zay's poured it on, 6 points from Benzel, and 6 off the bench for Potts, who's played just limited minutes, only 8 minutes for Potts. Lilac City gets a stop. Skalski outside Healed, short. Spokane shooting 3 of 15 from three-point range. Final 2 minutes of the opening half. They follow Gentry out to Benzel, gets it back. Zay for 3. He missed just 1 prior to that. Guess 2 after the heat check originally. Big stride, stripped. Nelson lost it. Hollins, touch pass. Cam over to Hollins, tipped away. Lead pass, lob it. Skalski, a few inches short on that one. Cleveland slashing and floating. He'll shoot 2.
Benzel and Potts are doing an excellent job today, sprinting the floor, rebounding, and it's really setting the pace for Salem.
To control about 7 minutes to go in this period. Built a 12-point lead again, which was matching the game high at that point, and it went from 12 points to 17 in the blink of the eye, maybe faster than you could cut some hair down at the courtside barber shop.
Oh man, I wish I was free. I would definitely go down there and get a cut myself.
I think it is. Yeah.
Oh, I meant I wasn't on the broadcast free, and for time.
Fair enough. If we need to give you the third quarter off, Tim, are you overdue?
I only trust one person.
Oh, that's tough. That's tough. Well, we'll see. We maybe give Madison Barbershop a try down the road. I've had my hair done once, but I will admit, Tim, I got a few less strands of it than you do, my friend. Saw Ty Price, the birthday boy, before the game. I joked that, are you 17 years old? I don't know if he really liked that as Brown Jr. hits the 3. It's like, I'm 28. I was like, well, you have to understand, for me, that's like half a lifetime ago. 58-36, finally, Lilac City gets a shot to drop. Got the red, white, and blue basketball of the USBL back in action. Los ISO'd. Shot clock down to 8, but throwback into the backcourt. Taken, and there's Hamilton. He's up to 10, first double-digit scorer for Lilac City. Final 10 seconds. He'll guard Los down at half court. 3 left. Roll it to Cam. Oh, at the buzzer. There was a foul call. The official whistling, and Cam will shoot a couple.
Foul charge for Lilac City, number 11.
I think they got to put a second back up on the clock. Doesn't have tenths of a second in this gym, just the shot clock does. Yeah, they do put 1 second back up.
Shooting at the line for Salem, number 14.
You have Hollins Jr. holding his hand. Hopefully, everything is okay.
And he's over by the Capitals bench and coming out of the game. You can see this depth Salem has. And I admit that's probably one of the advantages, too, of being a returning franchise, is getting an opportunity to retain players who like your system, like your ownership. This is the absolute best place to play in professional hoops.
And also the fans can just build a connection, with the athletes, and it builds that bond and, that support.
Heave, no good, and it's bumped.
That is the end of the first
Starts
half.
volleyball sequence from Damo.
Lilac City, 38.
The big highlights from the opening half as Salem builds a 22-point lead. Lilac City fell behind by 7 early, but started to get the 3-ball to work a little bit. Skalski, 3-point shooting was actually pretty ample in the second quarter. There was one of the Capitals' handful of threes. Skalski with the alley-oop flush. But you mentioned how well Salem's been passing the ball.
Yeah, I think the assist, just jumping up from a low number early, 1 assist, 11 assists, 12 assists going into the second half. There really was a separator in their lead.
And of course, A. Gentry taking over, 11 points in the middle stretch of the second quarter, cashing in from both sides of the floor.
Yeah, it was just fun to watch Zay's teammates just really look for him, and he was able to cash in some big buckets.
That's when basketball's fun right there.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, teammates looking for him and just being able to set his feet and, knock down shots.
Good look from the end line cam, more passing success, and of course, Madison Barbershop. Right on the end line, it's on the right side of the floor. This hit from the left side for Brown Jr. He got into double digits too. It's halftime from the Salem Armory between Spokane's Lilac City and your Salem Capitals 60-38 Teddy Bear toss at halftime on USBL TV.
So we have even more electric car options at our Salem showroom.
Salem? I didn't know you had a Salem showroom.
Did you not know about the tunnel?
No. No, I did not.
Holy smokes! I'm getting my steps in today, y'all. You guys can come a little closer if you need to. If you accidentally on purpose hit someone in the head, just for tonight, it's okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, are we ready? On your marks, get set, throw! Oh yeah, don't matter. Keep them coming. Oh yeah, we need these ones. We need someone to get these and going. Keep them going. Oh, there's more. Oh yeah, almost there. Few more, I see him. Keep going. Ooh, that's amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, give yourselves a big round of applause. Thank you so much for contributing. There's going to be a lot of happy kids. Y'all are awesome. Thank you so much. All right, ladies, let's pile them up. Fellas, we're going to get in on a picture real quick. Yeah, fellas, you guys. Fellas, picture real quick. Picture. All right, let me get my capitals and my cherry process. Actually, they're y'all's capitals and cherry process, not mine. Oh, yeah. Love it. Okay, someone got a nice note. All right, fellas. Do whatever you need to do. It sounds like a little bit than you right now. Ladies and gentlemen, give yourselves one more big round of applause! All right, if you are twinkling it over, I will be choosing you in the outside. Go Cats.
Teddy bear toss night on a Friday in Salem. And they did it at the half, pouring stuffed animals from the sky for Liberty House Child Advocacy Center. And Noble the Ox is swimming in them. There has to be a Sasquatch somewhere in there to match that shirt that he's rocking with the palm trees, with the Salem Capitals dancers, picking up all sorts of goodies for the children served by Liberty House Child Advocacy Center. And big thanks to Mountain Coast Electric for making that happen as well. Tim McCrory, Ryan Goff, along with our Bobby P Media crew. Courtside, thanks for joining us in the Jackson's Body Shop broadcast booth. Championship-winning head coach. And back for our second year together, broadcasting Salem Capitals games. Capitals got out to a 22-point lead at halftime, Tim, and they distributed the basketball.
Did an excellent job. Started off early, not as many assists, 1 assist, and then being able to increase that total, 11, 12 assists going into the, at the end of the half. It's just, that was the separator and the difference in the first half.
So 60-40 is Lilac City. The Legends out of Spokane, Washington score on their first trip. TJ Doman hits the 3 on the first try that he has in the second half.
For 3.
Tyreek Price, Joey Potts, RJ Veliz, and Caleb Hughley, the starters in the second half for the Capitals, as a 3-ball off the mark by Jalen Skalski. Markeith Brown Jr., 8 points, tied with Kwame Bates for the lead for Spokane, as a nice coast-to-coast drive and a quick bucket for Nikhil Nelson. It's actually 10 points for Taryn Hamilton. You talked about Hamilton. Took a while to get warmed up. Comes through with 10 points, 13 rebounds for the Legends.
Yeah, I think he's one of those players, especially, for Spokane, that can really get them going.
And there he is right there, striding into the lane. No Brett Hollins for Salem the rest of the way. He left with an injury. He's dressed in street clothes, will not play in the second half, as this is the second straight home game that Nick Cortese's done this, where he brings in kind of a second line to start out the third quarter. Spokane within 19. Clank the rim on the 3 from Stephen Burgess Jr. Doman running, fill the lanes, and RJ Veliz scores it.
Veliz has done an excellent job facilitating for Salem. And it's nice that his teammates were able to find him open in transition.
Has 4 points to go with those 2 rebounds and 2 assists. To your point, of Salem at 12 assists on 22 made field goals in the first. Hamilton, good body control as he gets that jumper to go. 22 points for Zay Gentry. He went 8 of 12 from the floor. If you combine it with last week, he finished 8 of 13 as another high-low feed for the dunk for Potts.
Yeah, Potts, Denzel doing a really good job providing that, rim pressure for Salem.
You combine first half tonight with the whole game against Vancouver, Gentry 16 of 25 in his last 6 quarters.
He's a scorer, and he's in a great rhythm right now.
Nice feed ahead, Veliz to Hughley. Capitals are playing loose. Capitals are having fun.
I think it starts. Veliz doing a good job finding his teammates, up to 4 assists on the game.
3-ball off the mark for Lilac City. Foul called on the way back up. Dante Lewis, Taylor Schneider, and Hassani Belt are the officials.
Markeith Brown Jr., his second personal, first team foul.
Hughley clarifying something with the officials. 3 minutes gone in the third. Salem trying to improve to 5-2 on the year. Get their 3rd win in 4 home games. Lob it, and Potts just underneath, knocked down. Capitals back at home on April 17th. You can get your tickets at SalemCapitalsBasketball.com. Click on the tickets tab. Seats start at $6 for affordable family fun. With this hashtag community culture, there's courtside seats available, as well as VIP pub tables that are $50 or less per seat. You can see plays just like this one.
Doing a great job finding, his teammates.
The game against Bakersfield on the 17th starts at 7:30, just like this one did. 7:30 tips on Friday, 6:30 on Saturdays, and 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday Fun Day. Spokane trailing 69-46. 8.5 to play in the third. It's dark blue jerseys for the Lilac City Legends. Another 3 off the mark. Spokane went 4 of 17 in the first half from 3, and Hughley's on the sideline. Turnover back to Lilac City.
Yeah, I think if Spokane's going to get back into this game, it's going to be, early offense and transition opportunities.
Skalski thought there was a foul there. Capitals in transition. Veliz, wide open three. Hit it.
Point basket, R.J. Veliz.
Just always get the impression when teams are passing the ball well, the game gets to be a lot more fun. Kick it to the near side. Burgess Jr. misses. And I think that's indicative. You see Capitals players smiling after every pass they're making. Ty, lob it. And Potts can't get the one-hander. Feed it ahead. Drive it. And free throws coming up for Nelson.
Yeah, when you're playing youth basketball, you probably don't realize it at the time, but there's some, person in a mentor role. They're saying play the right way. And I think what that means is just, sharing the ball right here, like Price being able to find Veliz for the open shot. Just playing the right way, and, with assists and playing hard and all those great things.
Each one of these players probably have a coach, like a hologram over their right shoulder saying, share the basketball.
Yeah, you always, whatever your coach harped on when, through youth basketball, it sticks with you for a lifetime.
It's so funny because my oldest is now a teenager. I got 2 kids in double digits, and I always tell them all the old guy advice that I have. But the thing about old guy advice is it's all true. Just you won't believe me for another 20 years.
Yes, you just hope. Yeah, you just hope. It'll click later.
It always comes true, kids. Always comes true. 72-48. Just underway in the second half. Capitals on the road at Seattle tomorrow. Another foul called on that take. This 0-8 Lilac City starts. Won't get much easier. They're on the road for the next 3 games. And this is part of a stretch where they're playing 7 in a row away from Spokane, which that talk about in the first half, the Fieldhouse and Whitworth and some of the places you and I are familiar with our history at Lewis and Clark and Portland's Northwest Conference, is also worth mentioning because this is a team that's fairly isolated all the way out in Eastern Washington.
Yeah, and I think as the season goes on, they'll get, more comfortable with the travel schedule, just trying to find a routine on the road.
Unlike those teams at the college level, at least there's a trip to Yakima, which is not nearly as far as going, say, all the way over to the Seattle or Tacoma area. Granted, you're playing the Superhawks. And look at the drive by Price on his 28th birthday to the rim. They'll play at Seattle a week from now, and then Vancouver on that same trip with a single game against Yakima before a home game on April 24th against Vancouver. Hamilton called for the foul. 3 on the Legends in the quarter, 2 on Salem in the white jerseys. Capitals have 3 different sets this year as Veliz almost had it roll through. Hughley pestering. He got it off the ball handler. Timeout. Following the turnover. Salem rolling to a 74-48 lead. 6:52 left in the third on USBL TV. It's been all Salem in Oregon's capital city. Friday night, Hughley had to dig that one out. Still got the shot away. 10 of 20 so far for Salem prior to that shot in the quarter. I beg your pardon, 6 of 10, 60%. 4 of 10 for Spokane. They missed that one. 0 for 6 from 3 for Lilac City.
And trying to get early points to try and get back into this contest, just trying to get a couple to fall down.
There's Price again. Swift on his birthday to the rim. Belize has 5 in the quarter. Price has 4 now. And a block. Belize feed it ahead. Price trying to shoot that one?
I think he was trying to throw the lob off the backboard. Just a, very unselfish play.
Tough angle. Saw Spokane tried the same thing. Joey Potts trying to plead a case, thought he might have been fouled. Some changes. Cam Benzel back in. Jordan Lind, Jack Boydell, Devontae Cleveland, and Los. Carlos Angel Jr., a full line change on the Salem side of things. Kwame Bates is back in with 8 points in the first half, and an illegal screen might have been Hamilton running through. Adam Heald. Keith Brown Jr. out there along with Skulski. Talking to Bo Rinker, the assistant coach for Salem. It's like, so you get Lilac City. Right now the cherry blossoms are in bloom in Salem, kind of the tail end of that sequence. I don't know if I have a favorite flower. I think I'm going to lean bias to the home team, but if it's tulips, it's a different conversation. Big fan of tulips.
The cherry blossom season, in Oregon is, it's hard to beat. It's hard to top that.
It is a sight to behold, isn't it?
Absolutely.
2-point basket.
Nice little hook shot in there for Bates. He's played well. A couple of rebounds in there, up to 10 points. Cleveland out to Lind. Jordan unloads, missed that one. Yeah, you see the cherry blossoms all around the Capitol building in Salem, even to go up to Portland, Waterfront Park. Second try, not there. One more. That's another battle worth talking about, too, is the Battle of Parks. There's a really nice park in Spokane. I think they actually call theirs Riverfront.
Yes, it's great to walk through. I think, Spokane, every time I think of Spokane, I just think of 3-on-3 basketball.
Got the hoopla in Salem, and then Spokane's massive 3-on-3 tournament as well. Foul on the far side. Did you play much 3-on-3?
As I get on up here in age, 3-on-3 may become my game.
Third team foul.
Half court.
Yeah, it's Hoop Fest. That's what it's called in Spokane.
Hoop Fest, and it's played in different parks and locations throughout the city.
But I think that's worth giving a nod to 3-on-3. I remember that being just kind of something to fill the summer calendar. Now you're looking at in the Olympics. You see it, in the women's game.
Yeah, a lot of success and unrivaled.
WNBA season on the horizon after the expansion draft today in Portland. For the Portland Fire, Toronto Tempo as well. They'll pick earlier in the actual draft coming up in just a couple of weeks. .419 left in the third. 78-55. Salem's been up by 20 plus since the 3-minute mark of the second quarter. How about Benzel twisting in midair to throw that one down?
Benzel and Potts have been all over the rim, whether it's rebounding or finishing at the basket.
2-point basket, Aaron Hamilton.
Boydell, they respect the three, so he attacks. And Jack will shoot a couple.
Salem's just in a really comfortable rhythm right now on the offensive side of the ball.
That's to feel good. This team entered last weekend, just 109 points per game. I guess just is the wrong adjective to throw in there. They were second in the league in scoring, but they were held pretty in check, all things considered, by Vancouver at 109. I guess they were right on their average, but they opened up 38 points in the fourth quarter, so Vancouver had a pretty good defensive effort early in that game. Perhaps that's where that line of thinking was going, but I mean, on pace tonight, they might get into the 130s.
And you see Coach for the Salem Capital just exploring different lineups. It seems like it's just a matter of time before they find out what's going to work for them offensively.
Just his third game as the head coach. Skalski, a hard-fought drive against Lind. Gets a couple back for Lilac City. Cortese did sit on the bench. Jason Conrad was the acting head coach for a couple of games, the first 2 home games in the regular season for the Caps. And Lind drew that one out, gets fouled. Looked like Bates might have got a piece of him.
Foul charge to Lilac City.
And I imagine that's a process. It takes some time to get your guys to understand exactly what you're trying to get them to do in addition to the reps in the game.
Yeah, for Coach Cortese in his third game, as a head coach, you're interested to see, like, hey, throughout the course of the season, kind of what will that system, what will the team be able to progress to?
Bo Rinker to his right. He's been such a key part of this Capitals team too. Really smart, analytical assistant coach. He's one of those guys that just can see the game from a variety of angles and beneficial to have on your staff. He was part of KJ's staff last year as the head coach, up and under for Heald. Approaching 3 left in the third. Hamilton got going after a pretty slow start. Brown Jr. was attacking early, but Lilac City's been pretty limited offensively. 3 for the top. Boydell with a splash. Looked like when you cast a fishing pole, the bobber hits the surface of the water just right. You get that boop. Nice teardrop from Boydell.
Yeah, and then another assist for Salem Capital as well. Just really doing a great job cheering the basketball.
I don't know if the Capitals have missed from 3-point range in the second half. Last time out, they've been stellar in this game. Happy birthday to Elijah, the team manager as well. He's around a lot of basketball in the city and absolutely loves this team, so he's in here during practice helping them run timers and stuff. Team manager is a big component of the team.
Yeah, anyone, who's ever been a part of basketball, there's always someone behind the scenes that you have no idea that is even associated with the team, doing great work for the team.
Land with the backdoor feed.
And just another assist, just being able to just step in, Jack Boydell, and knock down a 3-point shot.
It's pajama night in the Salem Armory Auditorium, and the Capitals are making the most of by 26 points on USBL TV. Bill Conrad's got the pink onesie. Salem Capitals dancers look comfy. Got some pajamas over in the chair in the corner. I thought about wearing the kind of fleece Old Navy pajama pants, but it's always tough to kind of leave the house in that much comfort.
Yeah, I think, pajamas have been, become just part of, the culture in terms of, people being able to put different, wardrobe options, featured in pajamas.
Jason Conrad doing, is he got an IV with him? You never know.
Hey, you need energy.
Yeah.
He's bringing a lot of energy to the game today.
There's that shirt from Noble the Ox. Of course, Jason collapsed during season a couple years ago, and so thankful that he's able to celebrate his team and see all of what he's helped build in this city, to have so many people hanging out inside this building. And I think it's also indicative of the community culture too, because you'll see fans at an event like this, they're wearing Oregon State stuff and Seahawks stuff, and we've seen a couple of those in this building, but you see so much of the Ox logo, that Capitals blue, donned on merchandise by fans.
Yeah, and we talked about, like, the retention of the team and the athletes, and fans just just have a connection to the team, have a connection to the city, and it's just great to see that energy just throughout this this building.
After the game, fans will get to go downstairs. There's Jason having one of those collaborations with the local breweries and cideries. They do such a good job of, again, all aspects of Marion County, west side of the river with Polk County, just getting everyone involved.
Shooting the line for Lilac City.
I invite you to join us April 17th, the next home game. This is home game number 4 of the 12 in the regular season. And of course, still time to get your replica jersey orders in. If you get them ordered by tomorrow, they're expected to be ready by the 24th of April, which would be another home game for the Caps against the Yakima Heat. Worth checking them out. Youth mediums to 4XL. As a lob to Benzel, who flushes it down. This Capitals light set has that hashtag community culture underneath the rear number. Kind of the more faded gray ox on the front. Nice pass on the baseline. A quick bucket secured for Lilac City with Bates. But you also get the state edition. Got a green look this year for Salem. Out top, Benzel. He hits deep.
Point basket, Cam Benzel.
4 for 6 in the quarter for the Caps from 3.
Just great reward for Benzo, doing all the dirty work, being able to step in and knock down a 3-point shot.
12th turnover by Lilac City, and Lindis fouled out on top. They've taken care of the basketball too, Salem, with just 8 turnovers.
Foul charge to Lilac City.
Quick decisions, leading to a high assist total, leading to a high point total.
His third person.
Yeah, they're up to 20 assists on 33 made shots in this game. Salem entered the most recent home stretch of games, just 4th in the league in assists per game at 18 per, so they're exceeding their average by and large in this contest. Trying to gain ground on the top of the West Coast standings. Seattle undefeated at the top, and Vancouver, Los Angeles, San Diego following, but Salem's kind of in that cluster with those last 2 at about 4 wins so far. Drive it. Brown Jr. back in the game, out healed to the top, and a foul with the end one. Big deal in this state. An end one on a 3 helped Tualatin get back into a state championship, come from behind victory in the boys 6A title game to beat Central Catholic.
Tournament play, what a game, what a game. The basketball, oh God, it just keeps getting better. What a game, what a finish, and Tualatin's able to claim, what is that, 3 state championships now?
3 in the last 5 years, I want to say. Boydell. I think that's what's cool about being a great shooter like Boydell, is as soon as you start to see the defense come at you, if you have one move to get to the rim, if nothing else, you get fouled without it going through. That time Jack got the end one.
Yeah, you have to respect his shot. And then, Jack being able to, use his shot to attack, the closeout and get to the basket.
Number 1 ranked Tualatin girls last month. We're just talking a few weeks ago, just highlighting the awesomeness that is Oregon basketball from the amateur level to the professional level with this game. They got knocked off on a buzzer beater by South Medford, and then West Lynn ended up winning the state title over South.
I know, you have to go back and watch that buzzer beater, their drawn up play, and an amazing catch to finish that game.
There's a great blog as that block gets the ball back to the Capitals, approaching 1 minute left in the third. Caps have been in charge since the midpoint of the second quarter, starting to grow the lead close to 30. It's a great blog. It's Click Clack. They cover women's sports, specifically women's hoops in the state. Former WNBA player with a former Nike marketer. It's a fadeaway off the mark. And they were showing highlights of that state tournament and kind of continue that story. Skalski missed it. Lind has it back. You were just watching a halftime. UCLA beat Texas in the second women's Final Four game. Cleveland's middle of traffic. Benzel tried to tip it in, and he's called for going over the back. 38 seconds left. Bring all of that up to say UCLA, the Big Ten, the same city, is one of the best players from the state of Oregon, Jazzy Davidson, who was a National Player of the Year for the freshman side of things this year.
Yeah.
Caliber player.
Yeah, next season, obviously Juju, is scheduled to return to the lineup, which if Juju's in the lineup, in my opinion, Jazzy, will contend for, a national championship, straight out of the state of Oregon.
There's Lilac City Legends head coach Stanley Ebe. And we talked about that travel out from the East Coast, ended up being on staffs in Northern California, got a master's degree out of Eastern Washington. But even Kennedy Smith, who's on that USC team, played at Etowanda, and that's a team that's now routinely traveled to Oregon over the holiday for that tournament we were talking about, the Holiday Classic, which is a premier girls basketball tournament in the state to kind of complement the Les Schwab Invitational on the boys' side.
It's just the basketball continues to grow in the state. Athletes continue to be better, and it's just a great place. And everyone's anticipating, obviously, Blazers make a run this year, but Dame will be back on the court, hopefully next season as well.
At the post, Benzel had it knocked free. Nice poke. Skalski. Hamilton, toss back, skip it. Ball movement right side. Thrown out to the top. Skalski tracks it down in back court. Over and back with 14 seconds left in the period.
Watching Spokane, it's just, up until this point, just hasn't been able to just find their rhythm on the offensive end. Like, just seeing if they can just see a couple go down, especially in early offense.
Hamilton is 16-13 for Skalski off the bench. He's played 28 minutes. Los has the ball for the Capitals. Bounce pass, squeezed it to Lind. And he gets the harm.
And the foul.
I think your point is emphasized right there. That's the contrast of this game, is how in stride Salem is playing compared to Lilac City.
Yeah, that corner cut, Lowe's put the basketball right on time on target and just able to finish. It's such a great rhythm right now for Salem on the offensive side.
Brown Jr. stuck at 8 points. Puts one up. He's just 2 of 10 in this game, and we're through 3 quarters. Salem almost to the century mark. A 30-point lead, and the third quarter was dominated by Salem. They continue to roll through. Hamilton, quick bucket early. He's had a quiet 16, but the passing has been crisp for Salem.
Yeah, Potts, Benzo, sprinting the floor, just providing those opportunities for their team, and that's Velez knocking down the three-point shot.
Price with the drive. Happy birthday to him. And of course, the Salem Capitals dancers, always entertaining and helping collect those teddy bears at halftime. Price finds lanes.
Really does. It's his shoulder parallel to the baseline and gets downhill and finishes in the painted area.
17 offensive rebounds for Spokane through the third quarter. The alley-oop game has been there, integral in the stretch with Salem passing the basketball well. Nice take for Skalski. I mentioned up to 13 points. And up and under for Heald.
Skalski's been really active. Active, just sprinting the floor, scoring around the basket, just been a really active and involved player for Spokane throughout this game.
Everyone's having fun up in the Ox box as well, with Jason Conrad smiling his team out in front by 30. Benzel collecting and dunking. Defensive effort has been there for Salem as well on Brown Jr. Like I said, just 2 of 10. And Linz closes out the third quarter with a bucket. Fourth quarter is next. Salem leading by 30 on USBL TV.
So we have even more electric car options at our Salem showroom.
Salem? I didn't know you had a Salem showroom.
Did you not know about the tunnel?
No. No, I did not.
So, what do you think?
Nice. Any other options?
Our Portland showroom will have something you'll love.
Portland? I don't think I really have time. I have tunnel hair, don't I?
No, not at all.
Style and performance. We call it affordable luxury in Portland or Salem.
Hey, do you have any coffee?
Just made some at the Salem showroom. Took the tunnel.
How about some cream?
All Salem as we start the fourth quarter. Capitals lead Spokane's Lilac City Legends 99-69. 11-24 in the quarter for Salem, or for Spokane, beg your pardon. Salem with 14-23, and TJ Doman opens up the fourth quarter scoring, pushing Salem past the 100 mark.
Yeah, especially Salem, new coach, trying to figure out rotations and, you know, what the lineups are going to look like. This is our important minutes to be able to get, you know, the entire roster on the court.
Doman picked up his 6 points of the game and then fouled attacking the left baseline. 22 from Zay Gentry. Didn't score in the third quarter. He had that spark of 11 over the final 3 or so minutes in the second quarter to go at 22 at halftime. I don't know if Zay's been on the floor in the second half.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing him out there.
Yeah, still stuck at 16 minutes. All right, Noble the Ox is up here with us in the Jackson's Body Shop booth. Where'd you get this shirt? Look at this thing. We got Sasquatch right there. He's not scared. Got the basketball on the ring, too. If you're scared, buy an Ox. He'll protect you. Look at this. He got his ring all up in my face. Good guy. Even got, he's got some husky pajama pants. I didn't even notice that. I'm so focused on Sasquatch.
Yeah, with the fresh pair of Air Forces.
Oh, I love how you saw the sneakers, Tim.
Oh, no. Those are Dunks. Sorry.
Last week, Noble the Ox almost knocked our TV behind us off the pedestal. Tonight, almost trashed Bobby's iPad. But it's worth it so we can bring you all the game.
Oh, absolutely. Providing great energy.
1 minute gone in the fourth. Nice stride by RJ Valiz. 22 points for Gentry, 15 for Benzel, 13 for Boydell. 13 for Boydell in his 2026 debut.
Yeah, I mean, from the moment Boydell entered the game, just got to the free throw line, has been aggressive.
Other side, you got 21 from Taryn Hamilton. 14 off the bench for Jalen Skalski. And Doman, physical inside.
For 2.
Played at Eastern Oregon, another one of those Cascade Collegiate Conference players. Along with the likes of Joey Potts, who played at Oregon Tech. Belize kicks it near side 3.
How about Corbin, men's basketball team, making it to the tournament this year? You know, what a great run in the conference tournament.
I think you and I were talking about how RJ Valiz might have played there as well. Damo Lawrence was a former Corbin Warriors student athlete. Toss it, Potts, fouled on the way up.
Yeah, they have a new coach at Corbin. First season, able to, you know, get to the conference tournament and then go on to play in a national tournament.
Shooting 2 shots.
Yeah, you look at the basketball structure just in Salem Kaiser broadly. Those two colleges, of course, Corbin and Willamette. We reference the players from those programs. You get Corbin kind of on the south side, right in the heart of downtown Salem is where you'll find Willamette. And then you see all these, even on the smaller side of the high school scene, too. Salem Academies won a state championship. Staten, one of the rural schools just to the east of Salem, I think was the #1 girls 4A program. Find a lot of good pockets. Western Christian has played well as well on both the girls and boys side. Amity, that's another one. Kind of just northwest. Approaching 9 to play in the fourth. Has been all Salem. This game was tight a little bit early. Capitals started to pull away up 12, just 4 minutes or so into the contest. Ooh, Doman bumping with Skalski. And the visitor gets the better half of that one. A late whistle as well.
Skalski has been active so far in this contest.
A technical foul has been assessed to Lilac City #8, Jalen Skalski.
This time Skalski is the one whistled for the Tech. Saw one earlier where he was the one who absorbed, I suppose, a technical foul. He's still chatting it up between these two teams.
Well, it's just a tough situation. Be able to you score, use that for momentum, but then the technical, you kind of you have opportunity to give those points right back.
Two teams played to open up the season in Spokane, part of the opening road trip for the Capitals that saw them go to Yakima as well. They're holding a viewing party over at Johnny's and Nobles. It's been a lot of good different partnerships in town. I saw an event at iWings earlier in the season. Capitals will continue to find those partnerships, including a way to get 150 people thunder sticks at the start of each game. We saw those clapping around throughout the course of this one. By and large, Capitals fans have been able to kind of cruise in this game. Their team's been up by 20 or 30 the majority of the second half.
As a fan, you enjoy these, so far with 7 minutes to go, you enjoy it. Or just, there's no tension, a nice, comfortable, game so far.
Talking about that with my Broncos every fall. It's like, it's a 30-point game. I don't mind. We're coasting. Nothing to worry about. Drive left. Price again.
Price for 2.
This is the most comfortable I've seen Damo Lawrence. He's on the bench, not playing tonight. It's a pull-up hit by Hamilton. He's wearing that nice, I'm going to go 500 thread count cotton robe. That looks like that thing you get when you check into the nice hotel.
That's a tall person's coat, the tall person's coat. I need to get one of those myself.
Hamilton off the Salem miss. Nice toss left. Skalski cashes in. Spokane crawling back 108-77. Under 8 to play in the regulation. Feliz misses the pull-up. Good ball movement. Hamilton running the floor. Can the Lilac City Legends make a late push in this game that Salem is controlled by and large? Capitals, as I mentioned, take on Seattle tomorrow, so they'll be on the road on Saturday. Doman, the runner.
Jake Doman for 2.
Get a bakery partnership for TJ. The Doman?
Wow.
It's just sitting there. It's on a platter.
Wow. If he was in college right now, it would be a great NIL opportunity.
Trying to look around and seeing if we have a donut sponsor on any of these signs. Otherwise, I might have to do a little ambassadorship.
There's some great, donut shops, throughout Oregon.
And, I'd be willing to taste test every single one of them just to make sure it's a good match for TJ.
Do you have a favorite?
Man, the dough hook on Lancaster's not too shabby. But like I said, I was trying to scout the banners first, make sure I'm not missing somebody.
Yeah, give it a shout out.
Doughman was starting to run the floor. That's the only trick now for me is I can't start calling him Doughman. Got to keep those syllables close together.
Yeah.
Until the merchandise is ready.
Yeah, trademark.
Doughman.
Oh, you may have started something here.
Okay. You can reach out to us. I'll be TJ's agent. CAA, eat your heart out. Join the agency of McCrory and Goff.
Yeah.
Hamilton's free throw's good. We're approaching the midway point of the fourth quarter. Salem's lead has been as many as 30 plus. Right now hanging around at 29. Lynn's getting some good minutes in this one. Fakes that one and rolls back. Push it. Bates has played well. 12 points, 4 of 9 shooting. Step back, 3. Flank the right. Potts trying to track down that rebound. Pestered by Nelson. 10 to shoot. Nelson to the rim. He landed hard out of bounds. Helped up by the official, but it's a 5-on-4 the other way. Potts, rather Doman, beg your pardon, got to the rim. Potts snatches it away. There has to be at least 6 dunks in this game for Salem.
Yeah, Potts and Benzo, you know, have been really active around the basket.
Right at the halfway point of the 4th. Lean in, off the mark by Bates. Good hands, active, but Nelson can't get the putback.
Yeah, so many opportunities throughout the course of this game, right at the basket for, you know, Spokane. When they go back and watch these on film, there's a lot of opportunities out there for them.
Boydell's first miss of the game, that time from the left wing. Started 3 for 3. No good the other way. Hamilton, lob it up, Boydell. And a dunk for Potts.
Joey Potts inside for 2.
.114.81, Capitals. Almost a denial. Hamilton blocked. Lind on the help. Run it out. Reward him. He's got it.
Jordan Lind for 2.
Such an unselfish play there by Boydell. You know, rewarding, you know, your forward for running the floor.
Three from Lockett, just shallow. Spokane has made 5 threes in this game. Salem has hit 13, and the pass goes out of bounds. What a fun evening on a Friday in Salem, Oregon. It's been all Salem Capitals. They're 445 from cashing in win number 5 on the season on USBL TV.
So we have even more electric car options at our Salem showroom.
Salem? I didn't know you had a Salem showroom.
Did you not know about the tunnel?
No. No, I did not.
So, what do you think?
Nice. Any other options?
Our Portland showroom will have something you'll love.
Portland? I don't think I really have time. I have tunnel hair, don't I?
No, not at all.
Style and performance. We call it affordable luxury in Portland or Salem.
Hey, do you have any coffee?
Just made some at the Salem showroom. Took the tunnel.
How about some cream?
Thanks to all the volunteers, staff that make these games happen in Salem. Courtside with some jammies on pajama nights. Mountain Coast Electric, the sponsor of this teddy bear toss evening, making it happen sitting courtside. Saw Bill Conrad wearing the pink onesie running around. Jason's dad as Linz gets to the rim. They released a collaboration for him. Volunteer dry cider this year, one of the Salem Capital handles that they shared earlier. this season. Had a cherry blossom cherry cider as well, along with the Drink Local IPA, brewed by Sandy Ann Brewing Company. 118.83, Salem trying to keep Lilac City winless, and Price, he's not going to go for 28 on his 28th, but he shot the ball well, and that's the first make from deep in the quarter for the Caps.
Yeah, that put Price at about 12 points, so far in this contest.
If he gets to 17, I'll tell him my comment earlier about him turning 17 was supposed to be points. You can believe me?
Yeah, you say I called it.
I'll tell you what, I'll go put a $50 sponsorship out on his banner. You can sponsor Capitals players directly, and you get a logo of your choosing on their banner out in the hallway, the foyer, if you will, of the front of the Armory. You can go from $50 all the way up to $1,000 as there's a foul on that shot left side. Each player that you sponsor actually gets 50% of the proceeds, so just another way to make playing professional hoops manageable in their lives.
And just to me, when I hear partnerships, it's just that connection, connecting with more folks in, the community, and just building up, relationships in the community.
Yeah, and you saw that with the teddy bear toss at halftime as a bunch of brand new stuffed animals were thrown onto the floor. That's all thanks to the Mountain Coast Electric, as we mentioned, the sponsor fueling what will benefit the children served by Liberty House Child Advocacy Center. Find out more about them at libertyhousecenter.org. Only place providing special assessment services, and its focus on a child-friendly, safe, comfortable environment. 3.5 left on the only home game of the weekend for the Caps. They'll be off to play Seattle, try to disrupt the Superhawks' undefeated start. It's the only game of the weekend for Spokane. They face Seattle on the 11th. Great bench minutes in this game from Jalen Skalski.
Has really provided a spark, throughout the course of the game for Spokane.
Steal, lob. Off balance, couldn't bring it in.
I just feel like Spokane just had so many, opportunities. When they go back and watch, the film, they'll see there's some, opportunities out there for them.
Linz, pull up. That one popped out, no good. Jordan was looking for double figures. Would have been the 6th Caps player to go 10 or more. Foul called on the far side. Linz whistled for it. 2:40 left. Fourth quarter. Capitals continue to lead this game. 121-87. A comfortable win on a comfortable night with the crowd in pajamas at the Salem Armor. Someone just left with $240 in the 50-50. It's not bad. Reinvest those in some Salem Capitals season tickets. Next game, April 17th.
A lot you can do with, what, $240?
Not bad. Nothing else. Get a big dinner. After you leave, go to Johnny's or Noble's. Maybe get some food. Maybe buy Coach. Nick Cortese needs a meal. I'll have to find out. I know Tyreek Price is really interested in cooking from our conversations last year when we were doing from the Oxbox podcast. You got to see who's the best cook on this team. Maybe Coach is it. If not, maybe that's the thing. Player of the game has to cook Coach a meal.
Yeah, who's the best cook, and then what, meal would they prepare, for someone for the first time?
Other than, I think, finally figuring out how to butter baste a steak, which was probably my highlight in my very thin culinary resume. I would make breakfast. Underrated any time of the day, breakfast can play. Probably have to go French toast. A little hint of vanilla in there. Boydell, solid game, pulled up in the lane. Missed his last couple though. Salem still in control, approaching 2 minutes to play, and there's Skalski again.
Jalen Skalski.
Give him 29? No, that's Hamilton is 27. Skalski up to 22. Hamilton quietly becomes the leading scorer in this game. He was stuck at 0 for the majority of the first, entered the second right at 4. And then finished the first half of this game with just 8. So credit Hamilton going for 19 in the second half, make it 17 in the second half.
Yeah, and you look, at his rebound totals as well. 20 rebounds on the game.
That's one thing the Capitals coaching staff knew, is they say he crashes the board extremely well. On cue, Joey Potts gets one of those for Salem. $16 points for Potts.
Yeah, and then that's 11 rebounds also for Potts on the game as well, him and Benzo.
7 different double-digit scores on this 123-point night for Salem. Boydell looked at the hands as that one spun out. A little surprised. Off the mark, no good. Imagine this is the season high for Salem scoring. Play Vancouver on the 22nd after that game against Bakersfield on the 17th. Yakima, the final April home opponents, on the 24th. SalemCapitalsBasketball.com. Click on the tickets link to join us at the Salem Armory. And Doman goes to the left side.
Doman for 2.
45 seconds remaining. Big thanks to our entire Bobby P Media crew. Paige on replay, Bob and Alicia running the cameras, Bobby P mixing. Skalski missed it off to the left. All around just a share the basketball type of game. Won it for Salem tonight.
Yeah, early in the contest, just really got it going with, assisted field goals, and that continued throughout the entire contest.
Wind up being shy of their season high in points. They had that against Lilac City in their first meeting. A nice exclamation point for Tyreek Price on his birthday at the buzzer. Shot no good for Spokane. And the Salem Capitals are victorious, 127-90.
Lilac City.
Get the win over Lilac City.
Capitals.
Share the basketball, the theme. At least 25 assists, 45 made field goals for Salem. Capitals go 61% in the third. And I think the game was definitely on pace for the Capitals at that stage. But shooting so well in the third quarter kind of left no doubt. They coasted from there.
Yeah, shooting in the third quarter. Also, you know, Zay really getting them going in the second quarter as well. I think those two things, you know, really propelled, you know, really pushed the lead and propelled Salem to the victory.
Yeah, Price goes for over 12 points in this game. Skalski, leading scorer nearly for Lilac City. TJ Doman, footwork. Get some buckets.
Yeah, getting out in transition with the finish. You know, Benzel just being all over the rim, so, you know, in this contest.
Yeah, you mentioned the rebounding total for Potts. He gets 11 plus. Cam goes for 10 rebounds, all on the defensive side for another double-double with 15 points. Been a treat of a game with a little added bonus, all those teddy bears and stuffed animals in the ground. There's those pants. Look at those Huskies on the lower half of Noble the Ox. Causing trouble all over the place, but a good cause there for Liberty House. Final score from Salem. Capitals victorious, go to 5-2 on the year. And Lilac City will continue to search for their first win. A 127-90 defeat. Big thanks for joining us from Salem Armory and the Jackson's Body Shop booth cam. For Tim McCrory, I'm Ryan Goff. Thanks for having fun with us. We'll talk to you again soon for more Salem Capitals hoops, only on USBL TV.